Hello there, and thanks for watching my unboxing of the Nexus 6. The first thing that I've got to say is that this box is absolutely huge. I'm pretty sure this is a indication about how big the phone actually is. I haven't yet had a chance to hold one, so this will be my first experience holding the Nexus 6. I'm not quite sure what to expect. I do have a Note 4 that I've been using, and I hear that this device is even bigger than that one, so let's take a look. And here it is, the Nexus 6. And this thing is pretty big. But we'll put that aside for now and we'll take a look and see what's inside the box. Here's the standard paperwork that is, let's see, SIM tool and safety and getting started. And that's about it. Underneath here we have the turbocharger, and that's about all that's in the box. So let's put that aside and get to the rest of the unboxing. So let's take the SIM tool out here and do a quick comparison before I do anything else. This is the Nexus up against the Note 4. It is ever so slightly wider, if you can see there. And it's also, if I put these up next to each other, ever so slightly taller. So it's definitely bigger than the Note 4. Here it is up against the Moto X, which looks absolutely tiny next to it. It is significantly wider and absolutely significantly taller as well. Here is the HTC One M8, which was not a small phone. It was actually a pretty tall phone, and it's much wider and taller than that as well. So aside from the comparisons, this is the moment of truth. So this is a Verizon branded Moto X. So I'm going to put my Verizon branded SIM into the Nexus 6 and we're going to see what happens. So we'll pop the tray out here. Next we're going to pop the SIM out of the Nexus 6. And I've heard that both SIM trays are identical, so let's take a closer look here. I will take the SIM out of the tray for the Moto X, and let's take a look at these two, and it indeed seems like both trays are identical. So let's just pop the SIM card into here and get my fingerprints off of it, and we're going to put it into the Nexus 6 and see what happens. I have to say, for being so big, the device feels great in the hand. And I just noticed that the power buttons are the same type as on the Moto X, where it has a textured power button so that you can tell the difference between that and the volume keys. It's a very nice touch. I liked it on the Moto X a lot, and it seems like it'll be a big help here on the side, being able to recognize which keys you're pressing. I know that I've been using the Nexus 9 for about 2 weeks now, and I wish it had the power button and volume rocker like the Moto X does. So we will put this away, and let's get that there. And let's take a look. Here's our welcome screen, and here's the activation screen. So I will set this down, and we'll let some time elapse and see how long it takes to activate, or if it activates. So here we are a few minutes later. The activation actually never went through, and I simply skipped it, and when I went back to the home screen, it turns out that it indeed did activate, even though the device never gave me confirmation. I can see the Verizon Wireless, and I know that's a little blurry, I'm sorry, the Verizon Wireless brand right there, and if I look and go to make a test call, I can see that it
Your
indeed is
test
making
call
the
has been
call,
successful.
and it is
Thank you for
activated.
choosing Verizon Wireless.
If I look up at the top, I am also getting LTE data, and it looks like everything's a go. I have to say that this Nexus feels much more premium than Nexus phones of the past. It's got a very solid feel in hand. Uh, it's large, but it's not quite as, or it doesn't feel quite as large as I expected, especially after using the Note 4 for a while. The display on the Nexus is absolutely gorgeous, and it is pretty much universally accepted that the Note 4 has one of the better AMOLED displays for a QHD display, and I have to say that the Nexus right up against it looks pretty darn nice. I am really looking forward to my hands-on time with this, and I will definitely have more to report back soon. But until then, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.